everyone, welcome to another episode of Couch Chronicles, where I just sit down and chit chat with you guys. Today I am in one of my egg chairs. I spent enough money on these chairs, I figured I might as well use them. So we're doing Couch Chronicles from the egg chair today, and we're going to be talking about bodies. Okay, people buying bodies lately. What is up with this phenomenon? I'm going to be sharing why I think this is occurring so much these days. Every other day somebody else is announcing that they're getting their body done or that they got their body done, and I have some theories on why everybody's going to get so much work done, particularly like BBLs and, you know, makeovers, full makeovers and stuff like that. I have my theories on it, and I'm going to also talk about why you should do it. Yeah, Alicia thinks you should do it too. So let's get into this topic about buying bodies and what's going on, y'all. All right, you guys, I got some hot chocolate here. I'm not going to be eating because I already had my breakfast and I'm still full from that, but got me some delicious hot chocolate here with marshmallows in it, so that's what I'll be sipping on while I talk to you guys. But I wanted to talk about this phenomenon that we're seeing everywhere with everybody getting their bodies done, and by done I mean getting plastic surgery. So, you know, I've been seeing so many people that I follow, you know, Instagrammers and YouTubers that I love. I love them. I don't care what their bodies look like or what they do to them, because I love personality. I'm a personality lover. So, but I've been noticing that a lot of people have been announcing that they're getting their bodies done. They're getting work done, they're getting BBLs, they're getting fat transfers, they're getting all this stuff done. And some of them have really great bodies already, and they're announcing that they're getting work done. And I'm like, damn, am I missing something? So I kind of just started thinking about this topic. And you know, as a woman, particularly as an average body, mid-sized woman, and by average I mean my proportions are average. I'm not like super curvy. I'm not plus size anymore. I used to be. I'm not skinny. So I kind of fall in that average line as far as my size and my shape. And as an average woman, sometimes these days you start to feel invisible. Do any of you all feel like that? Like y'all are basically invisible? And I have a man, so I'm not out here like thirsty looking for attention, you know what I'm saying? I have a man and he is fine, okay? Alicia ain't never dealt with no uglies, but I do have a man. But you know, even Aisha Curry had brought up that point of, even when you have a man, you know, you still want to know that you got it. You feel me? You still want to know, you know, not that I want people to be hollering at me, because I'm real choosy about that. I'm so weird. I want the guys to try to talk to me that I want to try to talk to me. It's so funny. If they don't fall in that category, then I'm just like, ugh. But, you know, sometimes these days you kind of feel invisible. You know, if you don't have a donkey booty and a tiny waist, and you know, if you're not showing it all over Instagram, you know, because I know personally my content is really good, it's well thought out, but I think when you're not showing T and A on Instagram, and when you're not, you know, letting your curves pop or whatever, your growth is a lot slower. And you know, definitely a lot of men aren't going to follow you if you ain't doing all that, but if you are, you'll have the men as your followers as well. So I mostly have women as my followers, but I'm saying, as a woman, we all like a little attention too. We want to be seen. You know, like the saying goes, this is a long time African saying that everybody's using now, I see you. We want to be seen. Being acknowledged is a human desire that most of us have. We want to be acknowledged, we want to be seen, and as women, we want to be, you know, seen for our beauty. A lot of us want to know that we're beautiful. Some of us appreciate more the inner beauty, some of us appreciate the outer beauty, some of us is 50-50, some of us, we still want to be seen for that physical attributes that we have. And these days, as an average woman, if you're not super curvy and you're not showing it, you can really feel invisible. And I think that might be part of the phenomenon that we're seeing with everybody wanting to get work done and stuff like that. And I get it, you know, I get it. But it's like, I remember a day when being super curvy, having a big booty got you like talked about, especially if your butt was too big. People would be like, damn, like, you know, they just kind of donkey butt, call you names, blah, blah, blah. I have people in my family that have always had major curves. And it's just crazy, because nowadays it's like there's no such thing as too big of a butt. There's no such thing as, you know, too much. And I've seen, you know, where in my opinion it's too much. It's like, okay, damn, you know, when the legs don't match the butt and the legs don't match the big titties and blah, 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 and it just kind of looks kind of funny. You know, you walk around looking like a spoon or looking like an ant, you know, with that big old donk on the back and tiny legs. We all have seen that. So in my opinion, there is a such thing as too much. But I just remember back in the day when people were like super, super curvy, they got talked about. They could be really young, they get hit on by old men, so it wasn't always a positive to have like super curves. So when did this phenomenon come in where now super curves are like all the thing right now? Super curves are everything. When did that happen? Do y'all recall a time where having a big old booty, or do you have a big booty, do you recall a time where you got talked about, called names, donkey butt, made fun of, like that's just too much? You know, like the song I Like Big Butts and I Cannot Lie, how it starts, where the girl's like, look at her butt. Oh my God, Becky, it is so big. It's like one of those rap guys' girlfriends. Remember that? That's how it was back in the day, back in the 80s, back in the 90s. Okay, you had a big old donkadon, people was looking at you like, God damn, are you a prostitute? It kind of was like over-sexualized if you had super curves like that. Now, that's what everybody wants. That's what they want. So one thing I can tell you about living in California is that out here, it's a little bit different because, you know, this is kind of like where Hollywood is. So having a model body or bikini body is still something that's seen. It's still something that's attractive to a lot of men. They like thinner bodies. A lot of men out here like thinner bodies, like model type bodies, bikini bodies I like to call them, which are like smaller frame, you know, thin, you know, not surgically enhanced, flat chest and stuff like that. There's a lot of men who like that out here, because I think out here it's a little bit more liberal as far as the body type you need to have. But I think in some places like Atlanta and places like that, if you don't have a big ass, if you ain't toting junk, honey, junk, you're basically invisible. And y'all can let me know in the comments if that's true or not. Do you feel invisible where you live? Does it matter as much that you have all those extra curves? Because I know out here in California, you could be straight up and down and still pull. You know what I'm saying? You could as long as you cute, whatever. But I know in some places it's like if you don't have the curves to match that pretty face, you're still kind of like, you know, guys are like, I'll pass type of thing. But you know, getting back into like the super curve thing, I just remember a time where, you know, it wasn't embraced having that kind of body, and now that's like what everybody wants, and so everybody's willing to spend that coin to get it. And some people, I look at them and I'm like, wow, she has a great body, but sadly what people have going on these days, it's not good enough. And I know that some parts of the body you can work out until the cows come home. You can work out until Jesus come back, and you are not going to get a certain type of shape. So that's a big lie that a lot of people have told in like the fitness industry, that you can work up a big butt. You can work your butt muscles to a certain point. Definitely you can make them pop. I've definitely done that to my body in the past, worked on my butt, and it just started looking better and better and started going up and up, and it just, you know, made it look a lot better. But if you're trying to get that whoop or trying to get hips and this and that, working out, I'm of the opinion, and I'm not an expert, but I'm of the opinion that certain things you ain't never gonna be able to get in the gym that you can get in some doctor's office. So that I get, you know what I'm saying? But when I said I think you should do it too in my intro, I meant that. You know, I think that there are things that women might lack that might have such an impact on your self-esteem that surgery might be possibly a good option for you. Now, if you're having mental issues, you know, and I think that's part of the screening for plastic surgery, to see if, you know, you have major, deeper mental issues. I think that's a screening that is done, you know, to see before they do surgery on you. But if you're having issues where it's like you're suicidal over the size of your butt, that's another issue. But if you're mentally healthy and you just feel like, you know what, I really would like to have a little bit more curves, or I just feel like so unhappy about how flat my chest is, or this or that, I think it's reasonable to go get plastic surgery. And honestly, when you look at the way life is these days, life is hard. It's a struggle. It's short. You never know when it's gonna end. It's rough out here, especially if you look a certain way. Sometimes fixing up that body gives you a greater chance to finding the type of man you want and so forth. Surgery might just be the option for you. And that's why I'm never going to be the type of person who looks down on people who do it. I'm talking about it with you guys today, but I'm definitely not judging, and I'm not looking down on it, because honey, I think about getting stuff done all the time. But in my family, we have this thing where a lot of people's body change after they have a kid, and y'all know, if you've been following me for a while, that I still have the interest to have at least one kid. I'm older, I'm up there, y'all, I'm getting up there, but I'm young enough to still, you know, at least pop out one or two. So, you know, that's one of my desires. So in my mind, I just tell myself, you know what, before I get anything else major done, because I've had liposuction before, it didn't stick because I didn't have the lifestyle to make it stick. But if I decide to get anything else done major, I'm probably gonna wait until I have a kid, because in my family, people's bodies change so much when they have kids. Like, I have family members who were like straight up and down, and once they had a kid, it was like boom, 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 boom. Okay, a lot changed. So if that happens to me, I wouldn't want to have had, you know, all this stuff done and then end up having a baby and, you know, stuff pop out like I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Y'all feel me? But you know, I just think life is short, and if you want to do it, do it, and don't judge other people who do it, because we don't really know the reasons. Now, of course, I have looked at people and I'm just like, she's getting surgery? Why? She has the body I would freaking kill for. But at the same time, that's her life. I don't know what her reasoning is. I don't know why she wants to do it. That's her money, that's her body, that's her life, and you know, who knows what it is. But let's talk a little bit more about my theory on why everybody's doing it though. So we all know that the mega curves are in. We see them everywhere. They're getting all the attention and love that, you know, a big booty should get. But, you know, you really gotta wonder, because it really is starting to feel like a phenomenon, like a sweeping phenomenon. Like, so many people are getting surgeries now. They're getting BBLs, they're getting curves built in, they're getting hips, they're getting, you know, sculpting to the point they want to have these major figure eight type of shapes. And in my opinion, one thing I've been saying lately is like, curvy has become like the new feminine. Particularly super curves. So natural curves, yeah, it's good, you got a nice body, but like the super curves, the deep dip back with the big old junk on there, and you know, all of that, that is like the new feminine. And to me, it seems like a lot of women, their interpersonal characteristics are not feminine, but because they have those curves, they're viewed as feminine. They get a lot of attention, and sadly, their behaviors and stuff is being projected on other women. It's like, if you're not toxic, if you're not like with the banging body, you know, like they say, a bad bitch, if you're not one of those and have the attitude and stuff to match, you're boring, you're basic, you're not really worth, you know. These guys these days seem like they want drama, along with a porn type of body, you know, with the ass and the this and that, Brazilian type of ass and this and that. They want that toxicity. That's entertaining for them. They love that. And that's what I'm finding these days. Like, curvy, super curves are the new feminine. You know, it's like, okay. So you don't have to be ladylike, you don't have to carry yourself decently, you don't have to, you know, watch your mouth and talk like you have some sense. You can cuss and act a fool and be angry and be ready to fight all the time, and that's how you solve all your issues, is fighting and this and that, and still be viewed as feminine if you have super curves. That's what I'm seeing is occurring. And you know, that might be why a lot of people running out and getting them, because they want that attention. They want to be seen as like a top feminine bad B, and so they want the curves to go with it, because that's basically what defines it. That's basically what defines that, you know, modern, powerful, feminine woman, is having that donkey on the back. You know, if you're just an average body woman like Halle Berry, that ain't gonna do it, unless you're Halle Berry, of course. But if you're not Halle Berry, you need to have boop, 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 boop going on, and then have the attitude and the toxicity type to match or whatever. And we're seeing that a lot in like female rap culture and stuff like that. And you know, I just can't, I don't know when we got to this spin, you know, but we're here now, I guess. And for the ones who aren't doing it to be feminine, it seems like they're doing it, you know, the thirst is there. They still want attention. They want to be at the top of their industry, whatever that is, whatever you want to call that. They're not models, so it's not modeling. It's just the top of like the Instagram industry, I guess. They want to be seen as, you know, that bad bee that has, you know, 1 million followers and, you know, that shows off her body. That's power. And that's another reason I think people are getting it. You know, either they're seeking out this image to be like the bad bee, fit, super feminine bad bee at the same time, which to me is like such a fallacy, or they're doing it to be at the top of their game as far as like being an Instagram, you know, goddess. I don't know, social media goddesses, I guess you could call them, with the donkey butts and the super curves or whatever. So that's what it seems like it is. And then you have, of course, women who, like I said, just aren't happy, and they feel invisible and they feel unseen. And I think that might be the case for a lot of women who are getting surgeries or contemplating getting surgeries. They're just tired of being invisible. They want to be seen. They want to be, you know, acknowledged, or they want a man and they feel like that's part of the reason they don't have one. I don't agree that that's going to get you a man, and if it gets you attention from men, it usually won't keep them. So what's the point of getting them if you're not going to keep them? You're just going to have a bunch of men running through you and not keep one. But I get it. If you want to, you know, be more attractive and you feel that that's going to do it to bring in the man of your dreams, I get it. Life is short. Do what makes you happy. Do what you got to do. But just know that that result may not always come from getting surgeries. And so that's something that I think doctors and stuff who do these surgeries, I think they usually screen, because I've done consultations. I'm not gonna lie, I've done consultations for stuff, and I know that they kind of screen to make sure you're not doing it for the wrong reasons or whatever. Well, good doctors do. These factory type of places that push in, push out, I don't know what they do, but good doctors usually make sure that you're doing it for you and doing it for healthy reasons and so on. But I think that might be part of the reasons they make sure that you're not expecting this outcome, like your whole life is going to change after this surgery, and that's usually not the case. And if anything, if you're not mentally prepared to have a nicer body and a new body, it can cause other things to happen to you. You can become promiscuous, end up catching an STD and ruin your life that way. You can just get distracted, end up losing your job and things like that, just from that extra attention that you weren't prepared to accept. I've seen that happen to people as well. So it is something you have to be careful with, and know that your reasonings are for a deeper reason that really don't go outside of yourself. They need to be for you. I'd say 90%. If that other 10% is because you want men to look at you twice and notice you, hey, I think that's healthy. 90-10. But if it's like, you know, 90% you just want to be seen by dudes and hit on by dudes, and you want to wear, you know, stuff that looks like this on your body and this and that, that's kind of shallow. That's focusing all on the physical, and you may not get the results you want, sis. I'm just saying. So one of the reasons I really want to talk about this topic is because I actually just finished up writing a book about this topic. I'm not gonna say the name, but I did finish up writing a book talking about this and talking about, you know, just what it's like to feel invisible as a woman, because this is a struggle that I have and have had a lot of my life. That feeling of feeling invisible. I think this is something that a lot of women have in general, but especially a lot of black women, and especially a lot of darker skinned black women. Sometimes you can tend to just feel invisible and lost in a world where you want to be seen, you want to be acknowledged. Of course, I am healthy mentally now. I've had those struggles, but you know, insecurity is always an ongoing life struggle. We all have them, and they're not going away. You just got to know how to deal with them and move on from them and act accordingly when you know you have them, and watch your triggers and stuff like that. But like I said, I did just write a book on this topic, and I really would love to explore more with you all what you think is going on as far as why everybody's running out getting surgeries, and do you see it as a positive or a negative? How do you feel it's impacting young women? Like, are they gonna grow up feeling like, because I'm not curvy, I'm invisible and I'm ugly? Or, you know, it's the same thing with, there's other things we could have this conversation with, you know, the hair texture, you know, guys into curly hair, and girls who don't have that feeling invisible, or feeling that they don't look racially ambiguous or exotic, that they're invisible. We could have this conversation over a lot of different categories, but specifically I'm talking about the physical body, curves, super curves, or what I like to call them, and people going out getting surgery to have these body images. What's going to happen to those of us who don't have this type of body? If everybody's running out buying these bodies, what's going to happen to those of us who don't have them? What's going to happen to the young girls who don't have them? it is kind of a concern of mine. Even though I feel like people should live their life and go out and do what they want to do to make themselves happy, it is a concern of mine for younger, impressionable women and girls, because they see what's going on, and a lot of them, their goal when they turn 18 is to like run out and get BBL, buy titties, buy this, buy that. And it's kind of sad, you know, they want to do it even before their bodies have fully developed and stuff. And, you know, we have to take responsibility for the future that we build, or that we kind of leave for younger, impressionable women and girls. Because, you know, even though you might say, you know, I don't want to be anybody's role model, you shouldn't have to be, their mama should be their role model. The reality is, younger, impressionable women and girls, they watch everybody. They watch what's going on. So in a sense, we do have some responsibility to them. So, you know, when we create a world where the only women who are seen are super curvy, we create a world where everybody's going to feel the need to run out and get things done to have those bodies. And that's just the reality that we're living in these days. Like I said, I'm not judging anybody. Life is short. You got to do what makes you happy. If going out getting a certain type of body makes you happy, I say do it, because, you know, life ain't going to hand you what you want. You got to go out there and get it. And if that's part of it, then hey, long as it's for healthy reasons. But at the same time, if we're all running out doing it, where does that leave those of us who don't? Where does that leave the younger women and the younger, impressionable girls? So I want to talk about it with you guys in the comments. What do you think is going on with this phenomenon of everybody getting surgery? Have you noticed like an incline in the people that you follow that are now going out getting surgeries, getting their bodies done or whatever? And what do you think about it? And also, I'd like to know, would you do it? I definitely have considered it, and it's something I'm going to continue to consider. Like, if I have a baby and it really like changes my body to the point that I just don't like it, honey, please, book me an appointment. But at the same time, you know, I'm grown and I know what reasons I will be doing it for, and it ain't to get a man because I got one, and it ain't, you know, to get all this attention, because I wouldn't change my style. I'm not gonna be showing my ass. I'm not gonna be, you know, if you see my ass showing on my Instagram or my titties out or anything like that, I've been hacked. Okay, I've been hacked. Because you could run through my whole timeline and you ain't gonna see no mess like that. Because I just don't feel the need to do all that. Like I said in the beginning, I'm a personality type of person. So my shine comes more so from my personality than physical attributes. But if I want my booty to pop, then hey, it is what it is. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying all this to say, I'm not judging you if you want to do it, and I'm not judging anybody who wants to do it. I'm just questioning the reasons, and I'm just questioning why this is such a phenomenon right now, because it's just getting crazy. Everybody out here getting stuff, girl. Everybody is just like, I need to get this, I'm getting this, I'm getting that. And you be looking like, she looks amazing, but it is what it is. What's behind the phenomenon? What do you guys think? Will you get surgery? And what do you think is going to happen to the younger, impressionable women and girls who are coming up behind us seeing all of this? What do y'all think? And is super curves the new feminine? Do you agree with me? That's one of the statements that I talked about in my book that you guys will see coming out soon, hopefully. I might publish it as an ebook. I have 4 completed books now, you guys. 4. I am officially a novelist, but I am still on the hunt for a literary agent to figure out if I want to just self-publish or what I'm gonna do. Y'all know I have a full-time career, so I'm not able to have the leisure to just like have all this time to do stuff. But so everything takes a little bit more time for me, but I'm working on that little project. But yeah, that's something I talked about. Super curves are the new feminine. So if that's the new feminine, physical attributes, then what is feminine? Has the definition of femininity changed? Has it become a physical attribute more so than a behavior attribute and an interpersonal attribute? I've always thought of feminine as being how you act and how you carry yourself, how you think, how you behave, the impact you have on the people and the environment around you. But has feminine changed to just how you look? Let's talk about it in the comments. I'll be in those comments with y'all. But I want to thank you guys so much for sitting down with me. Didn't eat or drink much today because, like I said, I had breakfast. But it was nice to do the Couch Chronicles in my little chair today. I hope y'all enjoyed it. So I'll see you guys in the comments, and I will see y'all on the next video. I love y'all. Stay safe, y'all. Bye.